Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're talking about Dragon Link again, and in particular some of the new stuff you can do from Eternity Code and how we can incorporate new cards into our Dragon Link strategy. And of course we're talking about why do we play Dragon Link, what's our objective, and what are our end fields. So of course we're still playing Dragon Link because LP is so good, and it got even better thanks to a few new cards, mainly Link Cross. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. The first card I really want to talk about is I want to talk about Chamber Dragonmaid. So what if I told you that this card, that's seemingly a Dragonmaid card, is actually full Dragon Link combo? You'll be like, wow, that's amazing. It's pretty good. So when it's normal or special summoned, you can add one Dragonmaid spell and trap from your deck to your hand. That's the main effect we're concerned about. Of course, it's level 4 dragon. That's always good. And so the card we're going to search is... I only have a Japanese copy, but it's Dragonmaid Hospitality. I'm sure there'll be an English version put up on the screen. Very simple card. Special summon a Dragonmaid monster from our graveyard or our hand. And then you can send a Dragonmaid monster of a different level from your deck to the grave. So we only need to play these two cards in our mini engine. That's pretty clean, pretty small and concise. And I guess the best way to illustrate it would be one card combo. Starting off, we can normally summon Chamber Dragonmaid, use its effect, we get Hospitality to our hand, and then we can link it off straight away for our Striker Dragon. And then of course, we'll be able to search our boot sector to launch, and then we can play this immediately, summoning back our Chamber Dragonmaid. And then we've already achieved the 2 dragons we need for our Romulus play. And everyone here should be familiar with how this works. You get Romulus, you get Ravine, you send Abzerata, you summon out your Tracer, and you go into your LP Pisty full combo from that point. So that's really good. Testing with this deck recently, I found also that some hands where, say, you start with Seifert or you start with Red Eyes, and you don't really need to search anything out of your deck. It depends what you draw really, but sometimes LPing this out can be really good, because this gives you 2 free dragons to work with, which is always nice. It's a good card to have in your hand if you make Saryuja in the interim of your combo. Again, 2 free dragons, really good. Honestly, all in all, tested and performed very highly. I'm very impressed with how this card worked out. And I guess stay tuned to the end of the video, where I'll demonstrate a full combo where we're going to piece everything together using this card and a new setup I really like. So the second card I want to talk about would be NOK Division Dragon. Again, the first effect's kind of irrelevant, but we want the last 2 effects. If a dragon monster is special summoned to your field, special summon this card from your hand, Dark Dragon. Well, we're playing Dragon Link, and it's very easy to special summon a Dark Dragon. It's so easy. And the second effect, if it's sent as a link by material, you draw 1 card. So again, this card is fantastic. Very similar to Chamber Dragonmaid, we can normal summon almost any dragon in the game, turn it immediately into Striker Dragon, so then we can do a similar, chain 1, chain 2, so we can, Ash block this, so we get our boot sector and our NOK Division summons to our hand, and then again, we can link these away for Romulus, and then another, chain 1, chain 2, we can draw 1 card and search. Probably searching Ravine is more important, so we would want to chain block that effect. And then, we add Ravine to our hand, and then we get an extra card from the NOK Division Dragon that we can use to discard for it. Because sometimes I do find often that it's kind of awkward, with Brotor, with Ravine. Sometimes you discard a lot and you can use a lot of your resources. But again, this card tested very highly for me recently in an online tournament, and I just found that the advantage it gives you is just nuts. And of course, putting extra darks in your grave, extra dragons in your grave, is always really useful for setting up Levi as soon as possible. And then another main point where this card is, it's level 7. So if you say open with Seifert and Abzerata, you're able to search this by Seifert to discard Abzerata, which would add Tracer, and then you would add this, and then you can do that combo, but you already have the rocket card for your boot sector launch. So then your Ravine can get you an additional combo piece. Alright, moving on, I'm going to talk about a new setup, a new combo pathway, because I'm sure you all know how much I love my setups and the different kind of paths that we can take in order to achieve an end goal. I'm going to talk about a particular one that's made possible thanks to Dual Overload and Eternity Code. And so the combo in general we're talking about is any Dragon Tuner with any extender in the game. So that sounds pretty damn good. There's a billion ways of doing that. For the sake of this video, I'm going to do it with Rocket Tracer and Tangy's Spirit Adhara, just because this card is genuinely great for what we're trying to do. So we begin by special summoning our extender, in this case it's Adhara, normal summoning our Dragon Tuner, and we're going to link these into our best friend, Crystron Halgi Firebrax, and then we use his effect, summon our other best friend, Mechafan Beast Olion. And you know, we've all been here before. We go into the Link Cross setup, our 2 level 1 tokens, and then we go level 2 and level 3 for Martial Metal Marcher. We get the Olion token, and I guess something a bit different here is we're gonna summon back the Dragon Tuner off Metal Marcher, and we're gonna make sure we leave the zone underneath the Link Cross free. So right now, something very useful you can do to protect our LP, we can turn Metal Marcher and the other level 1 into Herald of Arclight. And then at this point, we want to turn our Dragon Tuner into our LP. And then we need to obviously make an arrow here. That's a dragon. That's possible. So with any 2 monsters, we can make the Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. So this setup is great. Obviously we have the Omni Negate to protect our LP from, you know, mean cards like Imperm and Nibiru and Ash. And yeah, from this point, you obviously go the standard routes of, you know, Brotor or the Black Metal Dragon. Then you go Pisty over here, something back there. You can go into Heretic Spheres up here, Boral Savage, Harbinger. It's really nice. And all really summonable from any 2 generic cards. You know, you have the dragon to summon back with Metal Marcher to make the LP, and then you form up this setup here, which is really cool. I guess one problem with this would be that this is obviously like a macro Cosmos for your hand and for your main deck, so you won't be able to use Dragon Ravine, for example, unless you link that off or get rid of it, which is possible. You don't have to leave it there. Like later on and down the line, you can get rid of your LP and your Pisty, you can turn them all into Appaloosa, and do a regular combo like normal. I really like how this combo looks. So let's say that we didn't even have a dragon to normal summon at the start. So just for, you know, simplicity's sake, we have an extender, and we have our extender, and then any tuner monster in the game, and then we can turn those into Needle Fiber. And then instead of summoning Olion off this, we would need to summon Galaxy Serpent. Why Galaxy Serpent? Well, his level is quite relevant for our combo. And then same thing, we go Link Cross, we go 2 level 1s. The only main difference with this one is we don't have Herald of Arclight to protect our plays. So we go Metal Marcher for this one. Because as you can see here, if you synchro for the Arclight here, you have no way to get the arrows for your LP. So you're kind of forced to go Serpent into LP now, and then you go these 2 for the Buster Whelp. So, I mean, with this revelation, kind of any deck can do Dragon Link plays if you have the right extenders. I guess in this combo, it can be kind of awkward because the Steam token, the level 1 token, kind of just sits there, the Link Cross token, but I found in combos you can destroy him for Rocket Tracer. That's a good use for it. I know if you play the Rose Dragons, so say if I play the Red Rose and the Blue Rose, I could LP out the Red Rose and then synchro the Steam token and the Red Rose to make the Arclight that way, and then the Red Rose would trigger, summoning another Rose Dragon over here, which you can go Pisty, and then you can keep going like that. That's also quite good. I mean, I really like this combo. I think Dragon Link is super underrated because almost anything can do this. But I mean, as long as your Halgi Firebrax resolves, right? anything's possible. So then stay tuned for a full combo that pieces this all together. So let's take all that we've learned and let's turn it all into one clear combo. So we begin with just Dragonmaid, Chamber Dragonmaid, normal summon, add Hospitality to our hand, link her away for Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon activates, get Brute Sector launch, we activate Hospitality, special summoning back Chamber Dragonmaid, and we turn those into Romulus, which adds our Dragon Ravine to our hand. Next, activate our Dragon's Ravine, we discard Abzerata to the grave to search Rocket Tracer, because we want to get our Tuna monster, and Tracer would be the best one for that. Play our Boot Sector launch, and then we special summon our Rocket Tracer, and then similar combo to what we all know and love. Crystron, Algae Fibrax. We use his effect. Summon Olion. Turn them into Link Cross. Get our 2 level 1 tokens. And then we Synchro Summon for Metal Marcher, remembering to we want to keep our zones fairly free under here. So we get our level 3 token, and Metal Marcher can summon any tuner out of the grave. So we want Rocket Tracer, because we're going to summon him back later on. With Red Eyes as well, and then we go level 1 and level 3. To make our first Omni Negate Arclight to help protect our combo. And then we turn this into LP. And then we turn this into the Buster Whelp. And then there's a few different ways we can go about this, but I'll use LP effect to summon Black Metal Dragon. We get to link him away for our Pisty to trigger our Black Metal Dragon, searching Red Eye Darkest Metal Dragon. And then, again, oh man, we can do so much from this point. I guess I'll use Pisty effect, summon back Rocket Tracer. And then, kind of gets awkward, we can do like, Saryuja, draw 4, that's an option. We already have we can already go Spheres, we can already go turn this into Heretic Spheres, and then we can go into Appaloosa. There's just so much that we can do from this point. It's really great. I guess, keep it simple, I would probably turn these 2 into Spheres. And then I would banish Red Eyes. You can also do Union Carrier, of course. So we can go Heretic Red Eyes for any dragon. We can turn them into Union Carrier. And then lastly, destroy our Boot Sector launch with our Tracer. Summon a level 4 rocket out of our deck. And then we get to Synchro for Boral Savage. Equipping Tuna from the Grave, and then Union Carrier, equip Dragon Buster out of our deck. So we just saw from one card, Chamber Dragonmaid, into the Needle Fiber play, into that combo, we get, everything. This field is really, really, really good because we have the Heretic Spheres to say if they normal summon, try to attack our Arclight, we can bounce whatever they summon, and then this will give us additional resources as well. They're extra deck locked, we have 2 Omni Negates, all in all pretty powerful, and you can see how flexible it was. You can go different routes with Saryuja draws, you can do different routes with making Appaloosa. Again, combos that don't require you to begin with Dragon Ravine. They don't require you to go Romulus. You can go LP Pisty into Romulus, get the Ravine, make Appaloosa that way, and then you have similar end fields. You can even make, because then you have the Dragon Ravine to send the Galactic Spiral Dragon, which will then let you make Hope Harbinger Dragon. Maybe instead of that, you have like Appaloosa, Hope Harbinger, Tracer, and Herald of Arclight, for example. It really all depends how you start, and if you want to incorporate, that variance of Saryuja into your combos, or say you just opened well enough and you didn't really have to do any of the searching of the tuner with the ravine, you can go straight into different plays. And then of course, I mean, aggressively, it needs no introduction. You can go Brotor, Leviania, destroy cards, go straight into Borrow Sword, Borrow Savage, clear everything you want, and OTK your opponent. All while under the protection, say, of Arclight, of Savage, or of Pelusa. So hopefully never lose to Nibiru in the bad spots. I mean, they can Nibiru you fairly early on in these combos, but I would say seasoned players would usually wait for LP if they know you're playing Dragon Link, because there's obviously a lot of extenders that can throw this off. Like you can, you know, World Legacy Guard Dragon, Quick Launch, cards like that can really like throw this all off. You know, hard drawing with the baby dragons, hard drawing additional rockets with your boots at the launch can really throw your opponent off when they want to hand trap you. So that's always nice and promising. This card does have its drawbacks and its weaknesses of macrocosmosing from your hand or your main deck, but as you saw in this combo, that doesn't really incorporate any of that. So it synergizes really quite well. This engine in general is just highly versatile. Like, as you saw, it can do anything you want in the game, really. It can do, based on my previous videos, it can do Shuttle, it can do Orcust, it can do Dragon Link, it can do everything. It's really quite something. Or I can even do, like, you know, dinosaur plays and combos. Anyway guys, thanks for watching my new video on Eternity Code Dragon Link. Stay tuned for more content. Peace out, subscribe, Junker 5, Codec Factory for 5% off. Let's keep the game going, guys. Keep it strong. Thank you.